Excella, I've got something here that sends chills up and down my spine. It's Strong's Concordance, and it was produced by Dr. James Strong, who was the theological professor at Drew University in the 1800s. It's 150 years old. And it took him 35 years to put this together because he took every word in the Bible, including the word if. And everywhere the word if appeared, he'd put it in there chronologically from Genesis to Revelation as to where the word is found. And that is every single word in the Bible. Now, when he comes to Revelation 13:16, the word Mark on page 661, he identifies the Greek meaning of the word in the back of the concordance. And so at point 5480 and 5481, he has the words charagma and character. And they mean together the use of an engraving instrument to put an incision in the flesh for a mark. But then he says that 666 is not only a number, but is also a word. And it's the word chixostigma. Some call it chesostigma, and you can find this in point 5516 at the back of the book. And that means it's a sign to designate recognition of a person or ownership. So when you put these three texts together, oh, I can't believe it. 150 years in advance of what's happening. They mean the use of an engraving tool to make an incision in the flesh, to place a mark there for the recognition of a person or ownership of that person. Exactly what the Bible said would come. And that terminology, mark of the beast, is not only found in Revelation 13, verses 16 and 17, but it's also in chapter 14, verses 9 and 11, chapter 15, verse 2, chapter 16, verse 2, chapter 19, verse 20, and chapter 20, verse 4. It's here, Excella. Oh, that Dr. Strong saw it 150 years in advance. And we're here to see it happening. No wonder God told us we have to warn the people. Jesus is coming.
Yes.
Because the mark precedes his return to earth.
Yes. Well, you know, friends, I'll never forget the day that Jack came running into the room where I was, and he had a newspaper in his hand, and he said, "Guess what they've done now, Rexella? They have just cloned a